quote unquote building the brand sometimes feels like it's a I don't know. It's almost like you're doing all the work of doing it, but to get people to really hear what you're saying, it's like hoops. Because I should know that. I should know there's hybrid executive gear. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, you know there's hybrid executive gear.
But the problem is, right? So like getting the word out sometimes, because there's so much being thrown at people. And I realize when I say people, I'm one of those people. You know, so much being thrown that like sometimes the basic simple stuff you just not catching because you like. So you literally have to like woosah and pay attention to what matters.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You know.
So let me just start it off. We're recording. So we just want to welcome our audience that's tuning in. This is going to be a different kind of interview. You normally see me say hello, welcome to Muzilog and blah, 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 which is good. You know, I got to keep it professional. And that's important. You know, keep it professional. But this interview, this episode today, I don't even know how long we're going to do it because this brother on the show, we go way back. I got to put like a million A's between the W and the Y. It's like we go way.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be a crazy conversation. It's going to be a conversation. We hanging out. We talking a lot of nonsense. I'm going to take you back to memory lane. But let's get all the particulars out of the way.
Okay.
We just dropped a new single. It's called Happy. It's available in all platforms: Amazon, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music. Even the bootleg man has it.
Right.
If you got a bootleg man, talk to the bootleg man. See what he thinks. The bootleg man has the single. So, welcome, Mr. Alain Emmanuel. Come on, I'm going to have some applause. Yeah! Yes. I'm thinking about it. I might just keep it dry. I'm just keep thinking about it. So, how are you doing, my brother? Welcome.
First of all, thank you, Sammy. You know, you the real OG. In case anybody want to know, you the real OG.
I receive it. Let me be nice and receive it.
Before people were doing it, you were doing it. You know?
It's hey, you know, so you gotta have a template out there, right?
You are the template. Let me just say.
I receive
sir, are the template. And you know, one of the things I've been really focused on is really appreciating people while they're here. So I gotta put all the flowers on the table right now. Oh, I just have to say, first of all, you know, you are the template. You are the OG. You're also the hybrid executive. You're also a good man because I appreciate. You know, I remember starting. Man, I'm not even gonna give my age like this, but I'm gonna say. I remember when ADATs and DATs were the thing.
I remember ADATs. Actually, we know each other before the ADATs.
Yup. Before that.
We were using 2-inch reel-to-reel. The ADATs came later. That was... We actually went from we're the generation that went from analog to digital. Like, you know, after we're gone, the kids who just come into the digital world, they won't have a clue unless they go. Well, you know, they have some videos now. They'll probably get videos.
Right. They'll be Googling us.
They'll have to Google it. But that's what we went through. You had to experience this. This is not like you could just read a book and just get it.
No,
you know, and not to take anything away from the interview, I've been talking to some other people in the industry and in the game and other people that's interviewing me. And when we talk about hip hop from the late 80s into the 90s, I mean, I rub shoulders with like literally all cats that's making noise or that's been made some noise. I mean, we all were in the industry. We all went to the different labels. You know, it was like a weekly routine. Today we're going to Sony. Tomorrow we're going to Motown. The next day we're going to Select. And then we're going to Jive. Then we're going to EMI. We're going to this one. We're going to Universal. I mean, we used to go to all these labels like weekly to shop music.
And you weren't going to a digital store. You were going to an actual record store.
The record store.
And when I say record, there were vinyls in there. You know, like
straight up. You had vinyls, you had CDs, of course. Cassettes were still around. You could buy a cassette.
Yo, okay, let's have that conversation. Let me tell you how I started recording, because I've always been a recording artist. I sustained that, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I have always been a recording artist. I was like 9 or something. And I bought 2 cassette players because I only had one of them little cassette players. And I bought 2 of them. And then I bought a third one, right? And then I bought a bunch of cassettes. You used to be able to buy the cassettes as a pack, like 10 cassette pack. Yeah. So I bought all the cassettes, right? And then what I did is, I was like, and this was before you and I even worked in the studio.
Okay.
I took the first cassette, I recorded. I still remember some of the stuff I was trying to record. There was this first song I did called Hey, 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 Hey. So it was like, hey, 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 yeah, you don't stop, keep on going, don't stop. Okay, so I had the first. I recorded it, then I took another cassette. I recorded the second one with the first one playing, so I could do the dub.
Yeah, you have a dub. There you go.
Listen, this is going over some people's heads, but if you ever been in the studio, you'll understand. So then I took the what was recorded twice, and I created. So I made up my own dub machine. You understand? Like I was making dubs.
Straight up.
So when people talk about, how many dubs did you do? I'm like, as many as I needed. Like, I'm familiar with how to create a dub. I was talking to a friend of mine who's an engineer. He was talking about Tone, how his dubs are like perfect or whatever. And I was like, I had to create perfect dubs.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't create perfectly on the line, all you heard was, hey, at the end, hey, hey, because everything was slurring.
Yeah. But Tone, I think he came from he's cut from that cloth too.
Definitely.
I mean, Tone he's no walkover. He's no slouch. He gets it done. He definitely gets it done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
I think he's an icon, and that people don't realize it. But there are plenty of people like that who, just don't get their dues because one thing or another, people don't understand the actual work of being an artist.
Well, I don't know if it's for them to understand,
Yeah.
Look how long we're in it, Who's giving us understanding? You know what I mean?
By the way, I want to tell you, like, your single that you just put out, the last one, bro, that's fire. Somebody need to go cop that right now. That I'm serious. It was so smooth, and I was like, this is like Michael Jackson level smooth. And I was like, bro, you mean to tell me nobody got that? Nobody saw how amazing that.
I just found out that one of the stations home in Trinidad and Tobago started spinning it like yesterday. Well, by the time we air this interview, it'll probably be in the same week. So yesterday I got a call like, yo, Radio 100, it's called Sweet 100 FM, started playing quality yesterday. So I'm waiting to see my folks in Tobago, how long they're going to take to get it on the radio over there. They have to buy them some mangoes and You know, get a little crab and dumpling and thing. Hey, play my stuff now.
What's up, everybody? Alain Emmanuel here. I am so excited to be sharing with you guys about what's going on. I just finished an interview with Muzilog and Sam Archer, and I'll be sharing that interview on my page at some point. But what I want to tell you guys is that Happy is available on all streaming platforms. Of course, you can get it on Amazon and iTunes and anywhere else where you get your music. But I am super excited about Happy being available through the HAN, that's the Hawaii Actors Network. So you can actually go to gethappyhawaii.live, okay? So gethappyhawaii.live, and you can actually get the song right now and share it as a gift to somebody. I just had so many people come to me and tell me how they love the vibe of the song. I've even had people already tell me that it has literally uplifted their day. They've gone from having whatever day they were having to something that allows them to lift their moods. And I want to share that with as many people as possible. So help me do that. All you got to do is go to gethappyhawaii.live, go directly and stream the song, add it, listen to the whole song, and then add it to your playlist wherever you listen to your music. But in addition, you can send somebody the link of Get Happy Hawaii, and they can listen to it and they can experience what I'm talking about. The song has layers. It wasn't just written just to listen. It actually has a message that will continue to really open your mind to what's possible. I hope you listen to it, and I hope you'll share it. I'm so excited to have you give somebody that gift. And yes, I made it for you. So go ahead and share it with somebody else. That's the beauty of Happy. It's contagious.
You know, but you know, I've been meaning to ask you. I remember years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did the day before or the night before. I think I probably had a session because at those days I used to work with track masters as well. So I might have done an all-nighter. And the next day you came with a group, was you and I don't know, maybe like 8 other guys.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Yes.
And I wanted to sleep. And they're like, yo, Sam, we just want the song. We just want the song. And I'm like falling asleep. And you know, so we get at least a basic, I don't know what we did, if it was piano and drums, but we got the basic song. And then I had to go lie down. I was, you know, then you guys were practicing in the room, and then I had to come back in, and then, okay, we ready to record. You remember that day?
Absolutely remember that, bro. I remember coming into the studio, and this was my big break. You understand?
Oh, that was.
And I was like, "You tired? You tired? That's what it takes." But you know,
Yo, but you know, it was just so good to see you guys feeling so happy in the end. You guys just like, yo, we did a song. What was the name of that group? You know.
So that was, oh my God, that was what was the name? Oh man, now you really taking me back to remember, because this was in high school.
Yo, but it was like about 8 of you guys.
Yeah. It was a whole crew.
I remember my studio was small. I had a little green room kind of situation. So the room was packed.
I remember, and we came in and everybody had to sing. And I remember, man, to be honest with you, I have not caught up with any of those cats, and it's hard to even remember. I can't remember the name of it. It'll come back to me.
Okay.
Because it was a gospel group. We were just like,
yeah, it was a gospel record. It was a gospel record that you guys did. And you know, if you find a copy of that,
bro, I probably have a cassette somewhere.
If you have a cassette of that, I just need to hear what in God's name.
That's funny. That's really funny, man.
Oh my God.
That's just funny.
You know, another interesting thing I remember, right, is when Michael Brooks from Commission.
Oh yeah.
and Witness came to Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
For a Young Artist for Christ
Yes.
workshop. You went up to sing a song. None of the musicians could follow you. They're like, we don't know what he's singing.
Nobody knew where I was going. I know.
Michael Brooks.
Yes.
Sits on the keys and says, I mean, he didn't say it, but he literally says to all the musicians in the house, this is how it's done.
He came. I'll never forget that. Ever.
Shout out to Michael Brooks. And
shout
Lisa
out to Michael
Page.
Brooks, Lisa Page.
Oh
Lisa Page, Pastor Lisa Page now. So here's what happened. A lot of people don't know them kind of stories, but it's real good stuff. So I got on stage, right? And I had this song I had written. I remember the song. I don't remember the words. I'd have to look back at but I remember the song. And I remember getting on stage, and I remember being like, okay, I'm gonna sing my song a cappella because this is my chance to sing for Michael Brooks.
Hey,
I was the #1 fan for Lisa Page. I'm still a #1 fan. Like I don't think there are many.
But you're trying to
right
say,
now.
hold up, you're trying to say you're more of a #1 fan than I am?
Yes.
Witness?
Yes.
You want to put that to the test?
Yes.
But by the way, go over the story before we lose ourselves.
So I got up there, and it was like, all the artists that came with their tracks, and people who had bands and sang, and I was just like, I'm just a nobody, but I'm gonna get up and sing my song, and nobody knew where I was going. I knew that, and then I just
well, thank God I wasn't on the keyboard. Thank God I wasn't by the keyboard. I was sitting in the highlight was there, so we just chilling. But they had a couple of musicians in the house anyway that were kind of filling in and so on. And then you went up to sing, and the musicians was like, they kind of tried a little bit. They're like, we don't know what's going on.
Because what happens, and I'll tell you what happens is most musicians are following theory, and if you're going somewhere, they expect you to go to the next place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, for a long time, and really till now, I've always had this idea that I'm not going to write just based on what is expected, where I'm expected to go. I'm going to write with what I feel like it. So I've always written like that. And there are times when you have to follow the rules. I get it, because you want the audience to be able to go with you. But I was young anyway. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sing this, and then I turn around, just like the side of my eye, and I'm like,
Michael Brooks is on the keys.
That's Michael Brooks.
Michael Brooks went on the keys and worked it out.
And I was like, that's how you're supposed to do that.
Shout out to Michael Brooks and Witness, the Detroit
Never
house.
forget it.
Oh my God.
I feel like there's a standard of musicianship that really, for me right now, is almost gone. I think of people like Tony Wilkins, who wrote That's When You Blessed Me, LA Mass. He's another one of those crazy fire beasts to me. Like I've had the privilege when I was in Los Angeles to work with him on a concert. And I remember, I'll never forget, like he would write, I would write something and I sing, and I didn't have to explain it to him. I didn't have to be like,
yes, there's some musicians, they kind of just tap into where you are,
He was just like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is who I need to work with. Because for me, I want the freedom to write. I don't want to be stuck, And a lot of musicians are stuck like that. It's like, no, it can't go like that. Yes, it can if you could figure it out, because that's your job. But that's a whole nother conversation right there.
That's a whole other thing. But I mean, that's just the testament of the journey that you've been on. You've been on a journey. So play something for the people, man. Just
absolutely.
You got your guitar.
I got my guitar. I always got my guitar, man. If
my guitar
is too far from me, I feel naked. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
Okay.
So yes, so there's the new single, of course. Oh, come on to the happy place where we live. Chill for a minute. Kick off your shoes. It's time to sing and dance with the rhythm. Oh, come on and live in the moment. Pause. Forget what you're thinking. If you're still breathing, you gotta get caught to join in and smile. Keep your head above the water, baby. You were made to live above the stars now, maybe for a while. Happy is a state of mind you gotta believe. It's a decision that you make over time, and then you retrieve it. I had to think of all these troubles of mine. Time for me to chill. Time for me to open my mind and let my light shine. Keep your head above the water, baby. You were made to live above the stars now, maybe. Come on and be happy for a while. Da 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 da. For a couple of seconds. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. You were made to live above the stars now, maybe. So that's the acoustic version of the song.
That's the acoustic version of Happy.
Happy. Now, happy for me is more about the idea than it is actually about the song. The song is more about a movement, because the concept of happy is a lot of people are struggling with this. A lot of people. I mean, this pandemic and all of this that happened in 2020, right into right now, it left people with questions about life, about who we are, about how we choose to live, about the society we live in. And for a lot of people, it stole something from them. It made them feel like they had been lied to. The idea that, follow your dreams and you will be happy. People have literally felt like, I don't know if that's possible. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to bring this idea back that happy is not just possible, it's up to you. Because you can bring happy into your situation. You understand? Like happy is not a thing that happens. Happy is a thing that you bring. It's a thing that you infuse into your life. Yeah. So like, this is one of the things I think Black people do really well. Black people have understood that life is not about material things because a lot of us have not had them. Life is not about all of the crazy stuff that we make it about. And some of us are on that trajectory to try to go back to materialism. But the truth is, we know, a lot of us, and not just Black people, but all of us know in our heart of hearts, money ain't gonna make you happy. Other people are not the one that are responsible for your happiness. It's really inside of you. So you can have the same situation and one person comes and they're completely, I know this for a fact, they're completely upset about everything. And another person comes in and they're like, yo, this is good. You happen, by the way, Sammy, you happen to be one of those people. No, like I'm not even like, this is not because we're in an interview. Like, you're one of those people I could call and I'm talking about, yo, Sammy, everything's falling apart. And you're like, Brads, everything's gonna be all right. And I'm like, Sammy, I don't think you understand. He's like, bro, I understand. Everything's gonna be good though. Look, for people who don't know, Sammy will be like, put your shades on because the future looks bright.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, you gotta understand, it's what you bring to the situation. It's how you see it. It's your perspective on it. Because you could decide everything's broken and it won't be broken, even if it's not broken. And you could decide, you know what? I see everything, broken or not, I'm good. I'm
That's what's
breathing.
up. That's what's up. That's
So
what's up.
the song is really about that. And yesterday I had literally had somebody who sent me a text, made my day. She was like, I've been listening to Happy. And she said, honestly, I was having the crappiest day because everything is really hard right now for me.
Mm,
And she said, but I listened to this song on repeat. And she said, it just elevated my life.
mm,
And
mm,
she was like,
mm.
I needed this. And I'm like,
Wow.
that is the reason we do what we do as artists. That's the
Straight
reason.
up.
Because the
Straight
truth
up.
is, if I have to promote, I may not be able to get Spotify to listen to play everything. But if I could get one person playing it on repeat and they have that effect on their lives, I'm like, that's it. That's what I'm
Yeah.
bringing to you. Like
That's
the
what's up.
song, like, cool, we want to make it. Cool, we want to make it. And it is.
Mm.
But that's not it. It's what you can take from there and live your life better after that. So
Mm.
that's why I do what I'm doing, bro. Like, this is why we do it. And I know that's
It,
why
it
you
it
listen to
sounds
this.
it sounds like you've grown some
You
more.
you have to grow. If you don't grow, you die.
Straight up, straight up, straight up. But I remember a couple of those calls. You're like, oh my God, I did this and I paid all this money over here and da 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 da. And I'm like, B, hold on, it's gonna be okay.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Like, I
okay.
don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and all of us as musicians and creatives, we get to that point. We all do. I get to that point. I mean,
Yep.
it's not all happy hunky dory for me
Yep.
either. But like I tell everyone, look, just remember, as long as you got breath, as long as you're healthy, as long as the family is good,
Yep.
hey, it's gonna turn around.
Yep.
When you're on rock bottom, I have a cousin. He always used to say, "When you're on rock bottom, there's no way but up."
Right.
When you're on rock bottom, there's no way but up,
that's
and
that's
it's
the point.
true. And a lot of times we get there, and it's just part of the journey. It's just part of the
Part of the
thing
journey.
that So maybe you just had to go through a few things. So now you could write a song like "Happy."
Right.
And now that energy or the vibe or the motive behind that song could now touch the person that texted you yesterday.
Yep.
Now you don't even know what they were going through. Who knows if they were suicidal.
Right.
I mean, we don't know. But just imagine if they were, and that song, it was the thing that say, let me just let me
That's real.
refresh, let me regroup, let me
That's real.
you know
What's up, everybody? Alain Emmanuel here. I am so excited to be sharing with you guys about what's going on. I just finished an interview with Muzilog and Sam Archer, and I'll be sharing that interview on my page at some point. But what I want to tell you guys is that Happy is available on all streaming platforms. Of course, you can get it on Amazon and iTunes and anywhere else where you get your music. But I am super excited about Happy being available through the HAN, that's the Hawaii Actors Network. So you can actually go to gethappyhawaii.live, okay? So gethappyhawaii.live, and you can actually get the song right now and share it as a gift to somebody. I just had so many people come to me and tell me how they love the vibe of the song. I've even had people already tell me that it has literally uplifted their day. They've gone from having whatever day they were having to something that allows them to lift their moods. And I want to share that with as many people as possible. So help me do that. All you got to do is go to gethappyhawaii.live, go directly and stream the song, add it, listen to the whole song, and then add it to your playlist wherever you listen to your music. But in addition, you can send somebody the link of Get Happy Hawaii and they can listen to it and they can experience what I'm talking about. The song has layers. It wasn't just written just to listen. It actually has a message that will continue to really open your mind to what's possible. I hope you listen to it and I hope you'll share it. I'm so excited to have you give somebody that gift. And yes, I made it for you. So go ahead and share it with somebody else. That's the beauty of Happy. It's contagious.
So let's talk about the recording aspect, because you were telling me that you were pretty much involved. You sort of went into the Prince element on this record here, right? Did he go into the Prince element on this record?
I did. Literally, like I decided I'm going to cut out all the middlemen in my life. That's what I decided. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to write this. I'm going to produce it. Because I know I have the vision in my head. And I also decided I was going to just start engineering, and I did. And I
So you engineered it and then continue.
Right. So I was telling you, I went through the whole process, like you said, the Prince element. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I literally decided I'm going to write the song. I'm going to engineer the song. I'm going to produce the song. And so for me, what I thought about, I was like, I'm taking out the middlemen, and I'm going to really be the creative, making the creative decisions. Because I'll tell you this, I had a before the pandemic, I had a song I recorded about 2 years ago that I listened to what I recorded, and I listened to the mix that I was sent. And of course, when you do a mix, you have to tell your mixing engineer, here's what you want, here's what you don't want. I like it like this. But those decisions ultimately are still in the hands of that mixing engineer. Because the mixing engineer has to say, you know what, I hear what they're telling me, I'm translating it, and it means this. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a benefit to having a second ear, listening to the project and saying, it could go like this. But the issue oftentimes is that Michael Brooks issue we were talking about earlier. Can you hear where I'm going?
Yeah.
That's not automatic. That's something oftentimes that's not possible to. And I'm saying, aside from like where you flat, where you sharp, none of that. I'm talking about, can you hear the vision? Can you hear the person's mind inside of those notes to figure out what they're trying to do to create it?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So for me, I literally was like, okay, the vision is strong in my head because I know what I hear. What I'm not getting is the response on tape or, you know, in the digital space of what
it's not getting closer to what the vision is or what you're hearing.
I said, you know what, I can do that. So I spent the time learning how to, you know, engineer my own stuff. And I was just like, and in the middle, I got to tell you, I was not happy because a lot of it is grueling trying to learn something. And I'm not a technical person, so I had to learn to be technical.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really artistic. What you see is what you get. Like, that's what I do best. But what I had to learn is, if you want to be artistic and creative, you now have to go through that digital space and figure your way out. And that's what I did. So
that's the way of the hybrid executive, by the way.
Absolutely. Yo, I want to thank you publicly. I want to thank, there's a guy called the Guitar Master. His name is Denarius. I hope he gets to see this. I want to thank him. And there are a lot of people I could thank for helping me through this process, because sometimes you're doing the work and you don't realize how much of that work is dependent on just having a little push from somebody that says, nah, man, do it. You on the right track. I know it's hard, but you're doing it. You know, you need to hear that sometimes, just to be like, okay, keep going this way. It's like when you lost and you have GPS not working anymore, right? And you ask somebody in the street and they tell you, oh, you're on the right track, bro. Just go up the hill right here and left. But you're going to see it. When you see at the top of the hill, you see that little store on the right with the yellow tag. Take that one.
Straight up.
And then all of a sudden, you like, oh. But the whole way through, you've been rolling around being like, I hope this is right. You know?
But, you know, just so that, you know, as you get into the world of recording, for a lot of songs, there is a muddy moment. You know, it's sort of like trying to grow, not trying to, but you know, when people they're growing the dread out.
Right.
There's just
Right.
a point.
That
There's a point
stage.
in the height of the hair. It just looks messy.
Yeah. And
You
you're
know,
like,
it's
no
not
matter what
long
you
enough.
do.
It's not long enough for the lock. It's not short enough for this. It's just in a messy place. So a lot of songs, you get into that messy place because now you're sorting the parts out, and the
Yup.
chord, the piano may not be EQ'd right, and this may not have the right EQ on it, or it's not loud enough. So yeah, it
Yes.
will have a messy, especially if you're doing MIDI. The MIDI might be messy, mightn't have the right instrument
All of
where they're
that.
supposed to be. So you're gonna get a little messy thing through it, and then now you got to go through each instrument now. And this is where the patience
Oh,
and the dedication is. You got to go through each track, each instrument, each element in your record. Is it a hi-hat? Is it a string line? Is it a cymbal? Is it a kick?
hmm.
Is it a snare? Is it a guitar strum? Is it the bass? Is it the background vocal over there? And what about this? Are they in, do they need pitch correction? I mean,
Right.
it's like so much stuff. You got to sit there and figure it out. And you had to go through that process. I remember looking at a Jam and Lewis, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, a Red Bull thing that they did. And that might have been old. They probably did that a few years ago. I just saw it like recently. And Jimmy Jam, you were saying, hey, when they got the studio and everything, they had to learn how to engineer.
Hmm.
And digital wasn't here yet.
Right.
So they had to deal with the analog, dealing with the patch bay and the board they didn't know how to do it. They were just
People don't
musicians.
even understand how crazy that is.
Oh, cats come with a laptop now, and it's all right. It's
Right.
like, oh yeah, plug it in the interface and keep it moving. We came from the era where you had to deal with cables,
Right.
and
Right.
and mic up the room, and you got
and
muscles
figure
in
out
the hands.
where's the sound bouncing from, creating that.
Yep. And but it's all good, man. It's all
Yeah.
good. It's just part of the
It's process.
it's part of the process. It's
Yeah.
part of the process. So I'm happy that you're getting there, man. I'm happy that you're getting there.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about your travels a little bit. You did New York, LA, Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Where have you done that we don't know?
Okay, well, yeah, I did New York. I lived in New York. You know
Well,
that
you
because
lived,
you and I
You
lived
lived
in
in
New
New
York.
York for a little while. I mean, I
So
met you in New
yeah,
York.
I
grew up
lived in
New York.
Massachusetts, and I've had the privilege of doing concerts out there. Yeah, Los Angeles feels like home to me. Like when I was in LA, in California, I feel very much like the weather's great, the people are open and nice. It's just a good vibe. Like you feel like you could get up and go skiing one day and then go the same day, just travel down to the beach and walk on the sunset at night. It's all there for you.
It's crazy.
So I love Cali. Speaking of different places, we released Happy. So Happy, we released a few was it Friday? And we did it from Hawaii because the Hawaii's Actors Network. So I could say I sang in Hawaii, even though I didn't do a live thing. But so we did the whole release was from the Hawaii's Actors Network, and they streamed it out to like 10,000 people. So it was an awesome opportunity. And honestly, it just came from a friend.
Slow it down. Let me help me to understand this. A network in Hawaii streamed your launch?
Yes. It was awesome, bro. That's literally, you see the balloons behind me?
I see some balloons behind you.
Yeah, that's from the party. Like, and I haven't had time to pop them yet. And they kind of, they're cool. So you can
That's
see
all
them.
right.
Yeah,
That's
we
all right.
got
They
the
look like
whole.
grapes, and they look like really big grapes in the back there.
Yep. So the whole studio is like decked out with balloons. So, but so that was awesome. And actually, people go to get happy Hawaii.live. I hope I told you that right.
Send me the
gethappyhawaii.live.
link and I'll put it in
I'll
the.
send you the link. Yeah.
But let me understand this. Just for the sake of the audience. I mean, and I don't know either.
Yeah.
What was the whole story between launching from Hawaii?
So what happened was, I have a friend of mine who's a coach. He's a life coach and life coach just extraordinaire. He just moved to Hawaii. He's part of the Actors Network now, and he's coaching the actual the founder of the network. And so that's how we became friends. And then he was just like, send me the songs. So I sent him the song. He was like, yo, I love this. This fits exactly with like his vibe and everything. He was like, this is happy. So I was like, yeah, we really just trying to change. He was like, we're gonna launch the whole thing. And I was just like, yes. So since then, people have been streaming it on Spotify, on iTunes, but I'm pushing people to go to Spotify so that they can actually hear the song. And then I'm asking them, listen to the whole song. Don't listen to half of it, because Spotify, the algorithm is not going to pick up if they see that you just listened to 30 seconds or 5 seconds of the song and left. So listen to the whole song and add it to your playlist. So that's what we've been doing. And we're telling people, hey, listen, I promise you, the song is worth listening to multiple times, because it's a mood changer. It really is a mood changer. It's really geared at getting you to pump. It's a great morning song. Like if you want to start your day off, it's a great song.
Wow.
So, and I ain't gonna lie, I've listened to it a few times for my mood. There were a few times I was just like, I just need to hear this morning.
You're self-medicating, huh?
Self-medicating. You hear me? I was like, listen, I need this right now. I'm taking it. So I take the pill too. And it's up to us every morning. You take the red pill or the blue pill. You decide what are you gonna do with what you got. And happy's a great way to start. But I got more coming, bro. Like the next single, it's called "Live in the Moment." I'm not even supposed to do it, but I don't care. I just told that "Live in the Moment." It's coming out, but that song.
Why you can't talk about your upcoming? Why you can't talk about?
Well, a lot of industry advice tells you keep it on one thing at a time. But I'm telling y'all, this next single is so good to me.
The industry.
Yeah, I know. Let them do what they do.
Industry. You're the industry.
Right, I am hybrid executive. Thank you very much.
There you go. If you want to talk about your single, talk about your single.
Right. So, but let me tell you, it's a whole movement I'm building around paradigm shifting, changing the way we see life. Because it's easy to see life the way you're told it's supposed to go. But if you could get to the point where you understand what you see will determine what you get. And so if you could decide what you see as meaning something different than what you might be thinking is no good, you could turn a negative into a positive. It can be done. It will be done if you're willing to try it. It's literally an everyday, every moment thing. Like, how do you see your life right now? What are you doing with the thing you see? Because there are some people who got the same thing you got and they're thriving. And then there are some people who don't have what you have. And, but yeah, so I was just saying, so this kind of perspective shifting is what the whole, like my entire career is being built on this idea that we can change our world by changing our perspective. And, for me, because I have the degree in psychology and I understand a little bit about the mind. What I decided was that I never really saw myself giving therapy the rest of my life. But I always have thought if I could use the gift that I know I have to help people understand how their lives can be shifted by the mentality that they carry, then I'm doing the thing I'm here on earth for. And music is that vehicle for me. Music is like that opportunity to show people here's what's possible.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, you sound really profound over there, man. You remember this? We were supposed to just be chopping it up over here. You really going in. I'm like, okay.
Bro, that's what it's all about.
We might have to have a part 2.
Absolutely.
We might have to have a part 2. And I'm thinking of, there's some things I'm thinking about what to do with the Muzilog platform. So I'm definitely going to keep you posted on that. But
yes, sir.
Man, this was good, man. For us to go down memory lane a little bit, for us
absolutely
to welcome your new single.
Yes, sir.
There's so much we could talk about, but I know we're gonna, we might turn it into a documentary or something. There's so much information, that we can rock with. So, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that I probably didn't get to ask you that you want the audience to know about?
Well, yeah, just that people could find the song on Spotify, enjoy it, listen to it all the way through, listen to it over and over, because honestly, there are layers to the song intentionally of you picking up. One of the lines in there, it says, "Happy is a state of mind. It's a decision you make over time, and then you retrieve it when you need it." You see what I'm saying? Like it's not. A lot of people are waiting for happy to happen to them, versus bringing happy to their lives. And we can actually do that. That's part of the God-given gift that all of us carry. We can come to a situation, look at it, be like, yeah, I see the brokenness. I also see life. I also see the possibility. I also see opportunity. That's a way of doing it. And Amen. If we could all have that, when somebody's coming under, we can lift them up a little bit, instead of always trying to all of us just drowning because we're all just so scared of what's next, Amen. So Amen. That's what I hope for people. That's my hope for people, because I know God is bigger than all of this. We can do so much more if we're willing to just look at it different.
Amen. Amen. All right, you might be doing theology soon. So
right.
before you go, what is your favorite color? Before you go, I want the audience to know what your favorite color is. What's your favorite color?
Today? Yellow. Because that's the color of the single right now. Yellow. Today.
Yellow is the color of the single? Okay. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that.
Because I figured, because yellow is such a happy color, it just automatically makes you happy if you see it. So yeah, so that's the reason we did yellow and pink. It just has that flavor of like fun. I want people to know you can have fun, man. So that's the color. Yellow and
you said yellow and pink. Yellow and pink? Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to be sure that's what you said. Yellow and pink.
Yes.
All right. And now the other question I want to ask you before you go is, when you go into the kitchen, what's your favorite thing to prepare? What does Alain Emmanuel like to prepare on a day that he's hanging out in the kitchen? Talk to the audience.
Okay, so I'm a cook. So you asking questions that I don't know if you're ready, but I like making quiche. Because I'm really good at it. And I also know how to make something. It's a French dish called tarte à l'oignon. It's like a. Wait.
Hold up. Wait, slow down. I had a Haitian descent interview a few days ago, and she called a dish. I didn't even stop her to find out how to repronounce the name. Slow it down. So you do quiche. That's the potato one with the.
No. Quiche is the one with It has cheese and eggs, and it's like a pie. And sometimes they put spinach in it.
Okay, so I know about the potato, but it has a crust in the
Yes,
end.
it has a crust.
Okay, so I think I know what quiche is, but you do it. Okay, so you do it with in a specialty style.
Right.
Okay, so go to the other one now. What's the other one now?
It's called tarte à l'oignon. It means onion pie. It sounds gross, but it's the you can't even tell it's onions actually. That's one of my favorites. Like, and it's made with like cheese and onion and like a cream sauce thing you make, and then like the actual crust is like a pie crust that you make. And it's really, really,
So let me ask you
really
something.
good.
Do you buy this crust in the store, or you
No,
actually
no, 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 no,
you
no.
make the crust?
I told you I'm a cook.
Oh,
I
okay,
make
so
it from.
the other thing is now, if someone is vegan, do you use vegan cheese for this?
You can do it that way, but here's my thing. Right? So here's my thing. When
Go ahead,
listen,
go ahead.
when I
The
cook,
look on your face was priceless. He was like, "What?"
here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. You can always do whatever because that's your business. Like Tabitha Brown says, that's your business. But the way I do it, I don't like. This is the way I eat, and a lot of people don't get this. For the most part, I'm alkali vegan. I don't. But if I'm making something that needs cheese in it, I'm not replacing. I'm
Okay,
making it with cheese,
all right,
and
now.
I'm going to have it the way it's supposed to be made, that it tastes good.
That's right.
Then
That's right.
if I'm doing something where I'm eating different, I can use the other cheese and do something else, but I'm not imitating. Like a lot of people, when they trying to have like fake ribs, fake that, I'm like, no, make it what it is. It's vegetarian, something loaf. Make it, and it, because it could be good. I eat vegetarian all the time. It could be amazing, but I don't want to be thinking about meat while I'm trying to eat the thing. Like, oh, this is ribs. No, I want to be thinking about what am I eating. So all this like trying to make it like the other thing, that's not what I'm after.
Like, okay, I feel you.
If
If you're
it's
making a
veggies, make
burger,
some
it
good
needs to be a
veggies, and I'm gonna
burger.
eat it like that.
If you're making a burger, it needs to be a burger.
Right. And
want that
I don't.
beef.
Now I will tell you, I appreciate a lot of these places that do, like for instance, Burger King got this they have this impossible burger.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, because I was vegetarian. I've been vegetarian for over 23, 25 years, whatever. You couldn't find no food. Like you better have
Yeah,
packed
it was
something.
tough. It was tough 20 years ago. 10 years ago, it was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So now that they're doing this, I appreciate it. It's just my mentality on when I eat that stuff. I don't think of it like, oh, I'm eating beef. No, I'm not. I'm eating soy.
I feel
So
let me go to the other question, because we're getting close to that hour
yes, sir.
mark. Give me 3 artists that's in your MP3 player right now that you're rocking with.
India Ari, Lisa Page, and Alain Emmanuel. That may be the only 3 I could think of.
He said Alain Emmanuel. That remind me of Bo the Boxer. I think when he was boxing back then. Something about the Olympics, and they're like, so who are the athletes you like? He said me. Go ahead, Bo. Oh my God. Yo, he said, hey, I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it.
Listen, you asked.
India Ari, Lisa Page.
Yes.
and Alain Emmanuel.
Absolutely.
I ain't mad at it, my brother. I ain't mad at it. Look, we're gonna have to do a part 2 to this. We might have to get Ron Celestin on here.
Absolutely. I wish. You know,
Where is he? But where is Ron, by the way?
Ronald is just being a dad and a husband, I think. But Ronald is one of the reasons why I started doing music. Like I've always he's absolutely one of the reasons. So
okay.
I've always looked up to Ronald because Ronald was in the game way before me, but he taught me how he was one of the initial confidence builders for me. Like he told me, he was like, "No, you can do this." And for a long time, I heard him say it and didn't know what he meant.
Okay.
But literally, like now I get it. Like now I'm like, oh, so
he spoke greatness into you.
Yeah, and
That's
you need
up.
that.
That's what's up. That's
you
what's
need
up.
that. Somebody who'll take you to the concerts and say, "Hey, get up there and do this." He was the reason I started conducting choirs because he was like, "Yo, just go do it. You're gonna conduct the choir today." That's literally how it started. He was like, "You're going." I was like, "No, I'm not. I don't know." He's like, "Come with me." He was like, "You're gonna conduct the choir." I was like, "No, I'm not." He was like, "Yeah, you are." Guess what I was doing? Conducting the choir. Yeah.
Sopranos. Tenors.
I had no idea what I was doing, and then eventually it ended up being I was teaching them songs I wrote. Like it was just
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to Ron Celestin.
Ronald Celestin, the real OG.
The real well, yeah. I mean, what are you trying to say? But
yeah. Nah, you the real OG. I'm not.
I know that's all right. That's all right. Man, it was a pleasure to get you on here. I'm gonna.
Yes,
I don't know how much stuff I'm gonna have to edit.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. You're gonna have a job.
The poor Wi-Fi was like, I'm trying to hold on. So I'm gonna have some fun editing this. Oh man, I needed to laugh today. This was really, really good.
This was good. This was happy.
This was definitely in the house. All right, my brother.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Keep rocking.
Peace and blessings. Appreciate
this. This was good.
Yes, sir.
Learn about the ever-changing climate of the music industry and learn how to position yourself. With the new book, Hybrid Executive, great for indiepreneurs, indie artists, managers, engineers, booking agents, and more. Hybrid Executive is the new terminology for today's indie artist, written by music producer Samuel E. Archer. Now available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, BookBaby, and other leading ebook distributors. Visit thehybridexecutive.com for more information.
I am super excited about Happy being available through the HAN, that's the Hawaii Actors Network. So you can actually go to gethappyhawaii.live, okay? So gethappyhawaii.live, and you can actually get the song right now and share it as a gift to somebody.